I use the Fisher CZ21, this detector, and about a month ago I was diving with a friend of mine, Jason, and I wasn't picking up any tones. Now when you're underwater, I've got underwater headphones, but it is few and far between, but there are signals, and there was just nothing. So I took my dive knife and went over it, and there was nothing. So I realized there was a problem. Now the machine is waterproof to about 70 meters, and we were at 3, so it wasn't water that it got in. So I tried everything. I tried resetting it, I checked the batteries, I changed the batteries. It ended up that the coil was faulty. This is the coil over here. So I got hold of the New Zealand agents, who said they can't do anything. I got hold of the Australian agents, who were useless. So I just decided to send it back to America. This is an expensive machine. This machine is $2,500 New Zealand. So what's that? Probably about 1,800 American, 1,700 American, somewhere there. And that's 25,000 Rand. So it's quite a lot of money. And I sent the machine back to America, to Texas. It cost me 100 New Zealand dollars to send it back. It arrived there in about 8 days. I got an email from them telling me the coil was faulty and there was odds and ends. So the machine was repaired, new coil, and sent back to me. My total repair bill came to $500. Which it's a lot cheaper than $2,500 for a new machine. So yeah, I wanted to try it out today, but I may go out this evening and see. But it seems to be working a lot better. So that was the one thing. Then I took my tank in. We've got 3 tanks. They're all 10-litre tanks. But I took mine in for a refill, so the tank needed to be done. That's done, so that's fixed now. It's been checked, so that should be fine for another year. That's what this plastic thing is on the top. And yeah, that's about all. The water's not that cold. Last time I was diving with a Cape Town wetsuit, which is for very cold water, and it messed up my buoyancy completely. I've got way more weights than I've ever used before. But we're going to, I'll be going back in the week and diving some spots, and then in 3 weeks time lockdown lifts. When I say lockdown lifts, we can get out of the Auckland region, and Jason are going down to Rotorua, which is about 2.5 hours away, somewhere around there. And there's a lake we want to dive that's got a big swim platform on, so we're going to go down and see what we can find. As I say, we've got 3 tanks. If I take the 3 tanks, I've got about probably 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours. It's not that deep. We're normally at 6 meters, somewhere around there. So that should give me more than enough time. And the batteries in the detector last forever. So I'll put in a new set before I go. And that will last me probably 9 hours. So that's fine. And then, yeah, I went out and bought a new underwater compass. So that's what it looks like. What you find is when you're underwater, you're swimming along the bottom and you lose perception of what's up and down in terms of what's towards the beach and what's away from the beach. And 3 weeks ago I ended up very far out, and you don't realize it, and you don't realize how deep you are because you're just following the bottom and you're scanning with your detector. So at least now with this I can swim out to a point. We've got floats. So when you're diving, you've got these floats which float to the flag. Now by law the boats are supposed to stay 200 meters away from you. They don't. But if you stay within a few meters of the buoy, you're relatively safe. I say relatively because there's lots of idiots out there, but at least it's better. This float has got a place here to hook on spear guns. I don't use it for spear guns, but you can hook all your other gear here, and I normally put a camera underneath, so the camera floats above me filming what I'm doing on the ground. So yeah, and then I used to be an agent for GoPro in South Africa, and I've been using GoPros. I've got 2 DJI action cameras, but the rest have been GoPros. And I've had a GoPro die. I replaced it with a cheapie I bought on Marketplace. That just died. Then my 3rd GoPro died. So I've got 1 GoPro left and 2 DJI cameras. So at the moment that's still fine. But I didn't know it had died until I got back, and then on the display it says SOS. Normally that only comes on if it's overheated. In this case it couldn't be, the water was cold, so it wasn't overheating. And I've tried everything. I've tried resetting it. It's buggered. It's old, it's finished. The problem is I've got loads and loads of GoPro. Now the GoPro mounts work with the DJI, but all the accessories, I've got screens, I've got LCD screens, I've got all sorts of things that only work with a GoPro and the older GoPro. So yeah, we'll see. So we've got a few dives planned, quite a lot before Christmas. Some seawater, some freshwater, and we'll see. Anyway, so there's no dive video, there's a bit of diving, but yeah, today was a waste of time. Until next time.